Welcome, everybody. Welcome, YouTube. Hello, hello. Welcome, YouTube. Welcome, Zoom. Welcome, everyone. Good to see you. All right. How's everybody doing? So, we've got some wild stuff happening, yet at the same time, it's actually kind of like force feeding us to step into some new moves and to figure out where we're going and see what we're doing. And so it's a good time. It's just the pressure is typically things we don't like. So it's just the way it is. Most people are so hungry nowadays for immediate instant gratification. I don't want it to hurt, right? And so when it hurts, I hate to break it to you, but that's your breakthrough. That's when the best stuff comes in. So let's get started and then we will continue from there. All right. All right. And those of you on YouTube, welcome as well. Let's see. All right. Hello, hello, everyone. All right, everybody. Welcome to tonight's Truth Tribe. I'm Daune Thompson. I want to thank you all for being here, all my newbies and all of those of you who've been with me for years. Remember, you are perfect exactly where you are right now. There is nothing wrong with you. As much as the chaos is trying to taunt you, make you think there is something wrong, there's nothing wrong. Remember that I love you very much and that Truth Tribe is to illuminate self-awareness of your health, of your wealth, and of your love. You do not need your astrology chart for Truth Tribe as I touch on key topics that are happening in the world right now in your universe and in your internal universe, but it sure helps if you have it during these calls during self-awareness and planetary updates. I am going to bring up one sign tonight, so if you do have your charts handy, it's probably good. If you want to learn the basics and how to read your birth chart and you don't know how and you just want to start from scratch, go to the I Deserve It membership on ideserveitnow.com on my homepage. It's right there in the tools or right on the home screen, and you can grab that as or the Self-Awareness Astrology 101. Okay, so tonight, my friends, you can run, but you can't hide from yourself. Why do I say that? Because most people right now are hiding from themselves. They're not hiding from anything else. It is nothing that you are doing wrong. It is the universe trying to get us into an alignment of understanding who we are and where we're going. So, what is it that we're here to learn? YouTube always is trying to give me some shenanigans, my friends. Sorry about that. All right, let's see. Well, we'll just let you sit. Those of you on YouTube, I cannot see you, so just an FYI, you'll have to log into the Zoom if you want to chit chat on the chat. So let's talk about Aquarius energy in terms of, I'm not going to get in there. So much planetary weather happening right now, okay? But Aquarius is bringing up what most people don't like. Aquarius is truth. So you cannot be, we're moving to two different worlds, right? Not physical worlds, but energetic frequencies of being. Okay. And you cannot be in both worlds at the same time. It's either truth or it's not. Those are your two worlds, right? And those are your two options. And you're being called to lead your own life. And when you're leading your own life, that's living in truth. Yet we fall into other people's drama and trauma and problems and we're trying to fix outside of ourselves. It's not like it's an unnatural thing. It's just how we were all brought up in our nervous systems and we're undoing it. And so your future mindset is always asking you, what's going to happen? And I'm getting so many calls and so many people like, Mercury retrograde, it got me. It's a problem. It's the planets. It's not. It's not the planets per se. It's the planets sending you a message and you're the one rejecting. right? And so I get a lot of what's going to happen. And what I want you to understand is you walk into your future by the level of confidence that you have in yourself right now, right now. So your future is how you show up inside of yourself right now. And right now you're being given a choice to address the first house in your chart of self-confidence, of self-independence, or lack thereof. That is your future, right? So your self-evaluation is appearing right now for everyone. And you are running, if you're running away from it, right? You have to acknowledge that. And if so, it is the predictor of your future, no matter what storm comes at your lighthouse. Nothing can affect you when you know you. But if you don't know you and you don't start learning you and you don't start investigating who you are, it's going to affect you. Self and self-confidence. I cannot emphasize this. This is such a big deal. There's no poison, no person or place in this lifetime on this earth that can kill an authentic truth person because they're living high frequency, and high frequency is the key. When your frequency radiates out vibration of high power, high light, it's like the moths can't get too close or they get burned and they flick away. That's what your goal is to do. But it's hard to do that when you don't know what you're needing to light up. So you can sit in the wounds, in the trauma that are inevitably appearing for all of you right now. Everybody, something's coming up like, oh my God, this is bothering me, right? You absolutely can lay down, right? And you can say, why me? You can say, they always hurt me. I'm nobody. I'm not good enough. No confidence shit, right? You can. And we all fall in there. I'm just saying, fall there for an hour or a day and then get out. But don't stay there. Or you can say, wow, that effing sucked. But it took me a big enough chunk out of me. And if I looked at my history, I've been doing that shit a long time and I'm done. That's what's coming up for all of you. That effing sucked. No more, my friends. You have to think like this. No more. I will take a step to raise myself up. Only me bringing in the light into my reality. Now more than ever, you want to think about it this way. You want to be the black sheep. You want to be the one that chooses authenticity and independence, opposite the hive mind, opposite the everybody does it. Oh, look how many are out there. Look how many manipulators, liars, cheaters, whoever they are, right? They're all out there. Well, that's hive mind, right? So we have to go, that sucked, but I see my pattern of looking for suck. And then you have to go, oh, well, that's all I got to do. Yes. Raise your self-confidence, raise your vibration. So let's be clear. It's not the person, it's not the place, it's not the thing that you don't love that's appearing for you. Because there could be people you love that are pissing you off. It's the pattern that they present. Your past, all of you, and I'll talk about it in the planets in a little while, why it's happening, right? But your past is taunting you right now. And the planets, they are absolutely instigating it. A lot of them. So that's why I'm saying there's a lot going on. There's no reason to tap into only one. All the planets are tapping into you and saying, "Hey, it's time. It's time for you to acknowledge this." Oh, all right. Sorry about that. YouTube decided it was going to play today. All right. So why are the planets and the universe and the world like this energy waves? Remember that planets are just waves of information and we choose to take the information and use it wisely or not, okay? Why is this happening? So you can finally see it's your own damn pattern that needs a reset. Not you. Remember, there's nothing wrong with you. You're perfect. It's the pattern you've been playing. And it's time to see your badassery is ready to launch, right? You are all, guaranteed, I can put money on it. You are all good at something. right? Seriously, you know what? Pause for a second. Just pause. And I want you to think about that one thing that you do with ease. Just one thing, okay? Think about that thing that you're just so good at. For me, it's just natural to see things you can't see and make them seen. I don't know why, just how I am. It's natural, it's easy. So that's where you're at right now, right? Think about that one thing that you do with ease. And so now I want you to realize it's like that for everyone. Okay, everyone around you has something that you can do with ease. Some things are like breathing air to you, easy peasy, right? And then to others, it's terrifying. There are something, my editor, what she does terrifies me, absolutely painful. And she knows it. But she's like, oh, it's so easy. It's not that easy for me. Nor do I want to do it. So I give it to her. She lights me up. I light someone else up. You all have a gift. That's why your lighthouse is the only one that matters. Blaming other people for your pattern is a total bullshit story. Making comparisons, we all do it. Look at the digital media, look at social media. Everyone's trying to compare their body and their diet and their supplements and their mindset and their thinking. I want you to wipe it all away and just look at yourself. Make comparisons, okay? Is the fastest way to sync your confidence and your frequency. Okay? When you start comparing yourself to anything else, they don't have the gifts you have. So, how do you raise your vibration instantly? You ready? How? One word: authenticity. And I can guarantee you, when we're moping, sulking, soaking, again, I'm okay with 1 hour one day. But when we stay there, you're not being authentic. You're not being you. You're being what everyone tells you is wrong with you. What everyone tells you that it's bad and you're not good enough and you're smart enough and you're pretty enough and you're not financial enough, you're not successful, whatever it is, it's stupid. So how do you raise your vibration instantly? Authenticity. It vibrates higher than joy. It vibrates higher than love because it's truth. So how can you be that? How do you become authentic? Very simple. You grow confident by taking action towards your insecure patterns. And there's one we're going to talk about tonight. One easy spot to look at within yourself and go, okay, I can start there. Right? And you don't pull away from them. You lean in. You start with all 12 aspects of yourself. You grow confident by taking action towards your insecure patterns, my friends, through health, wealth, and love in all 12 aspects of yourself. You're the light and you're the lighthouse, and you have rooms all around your house. That's it. 12 rooms that affect your health, your wealth, and your love. And those encompass everything you do. So let me get personal. I had a health pattern that ran my life, right? And a lot of you know, I don't hold back sharing my health issues or things that took me down, because I want you to see, like, oh, I didn't just heal it physically. I healed it with the negative emotional release tool. I healed it with my chart. I've healed all this stuff myself, but it held me back for so long from speaking my truth. It was confusing, it was painful, it was exhausting, and it was an excuse that lingered until I spoke about what worked for me. And I quit accepting doctors and friends and family and people telling me, this is what's wrong with you. And I was like, bullshit, that's not it. So no matter what I wanted, I held back saying what I wanted for my health, all the way to other things in my life as well, to buying a stupid pair of shoes. Should I get it? Should I not? Is the right one? It was literally, it was plaguing my whole life, and I wanted to only say it was just health, but that one thing I used. And then I realized it wasn't about my body or things. It was about my buried emotions teaching me, please grow your self-confidence and speak your truth and say what you want. The body was the messenger. My chart was the map. It's that simple. Your body flares up, the physical things, people, experiences flare up in your life, and your chart's the map to go, oh, yeah, yeah, you're right. I gotta grow there, and they're the ones pushing the buttons. Right? So the external world told me I couldn't do it. And I want to be very clear. If one person has done it, so can you. Let me repeat that. If one person on this planet has done it, so can you. So how do you get what you want from this point forward? You release the emotions that are tied to what you don't want. Because you are a vibrational code of badassery. And that code, it just got scrambled for a long time. And to reset it to your authentic self, your authentic chart, your authentic state of being, you've got to release the interference. That's the external storm. That's the emotional static that's been embedded in your system, in your energy field. And it can get so confusing if you don't have a plan to attack your own map and what upgrade roads that you intend to take. And most people I'm watching, they don't have a self-confidence plan. Okay, if this happens, this is my plan so I can stay confident in who I am. So if it's conflicting with your truth, anything, your body, what you're being, how you're feeling, but you don't want to do that treatment or you don't want to take that thing or you don't want to go out and you want to rest, if anything is conflicting with your truth, let it go. And it's an emotion that you're letting go. That's where your freedom is. That's where your inner confidence is. That's how to live non-attached. That's emotional decoding. Release, let go, and then you rise up with a lighter reality. So I want to get real for a second, okay? I just want you to imagine, what if you had no clue what was happening outside of you in the world? Right? You had no phone, you had no computer, you had no business, you had no friends, nothing. You just had no idea what was happening outside of you. Would you still look at yourself the same way? What if you only explored what was inside? What if you focused on what you came to elevate and illuminate? You wouldn't be so stressed out about time and how long it took to heal this and heal that and practice doing that. Right? You just would be in this desire to grow and live confidently. So this is the external static I'm talking about. Would you be more compassionate to the people who mirror your own frequency back to you? You'd be kind of like, yeah, like thanks, but no thanks. I'll take an upgrade step now. Like you get it, and you're like, thanks, that hurt, kind of, that effing sucked, but no thanks. That's what you would be because you'd be only here. So would you stop comparing yourself and start understanding your own journey if you had nothing else impacting you? Because how many of you are no longer syncing with people around you? Have you noticed that? A lot of you on these calls, you're starting to realize I don't sync with other people. I don't get along with other people. I don't like going out and socializing as much as I used to. I don't like drinking. I don't like doing that. Whatever it is, you're not interested in their whining anymore, right? You're not waiting for them to catch up while you elevate your own life. You're waking up, my friends. That's what all this pressure that's happening to a lot of you is. The pain that people's bringing you, your body's bringing you, the experiences are bringing you. They're waking you up to the noise, to the lies, to the interruptions of your soul's truth. Religion, medicine, media, music, manipulation, even AI. You're all going, oh, so I have to be in my truth on AI. It's not bad. I just have to check myself. Yes. You're beginning to realize what doesn't resonate with you because it doesn't feel expansive. It doesn't feel right for you. And you're no longer buying into what's being sold. You're flipping the light switches back on, and misaligned experiences are shocking you awake. That's all it is. So quit taking it personal when people are being assholes. They are not, it's not really about you. It's for you to go yes or no, right? That sudden hell no energy. That's you refusing to repeat a pattern that you finally see clearly. And I'm going to ask you all about that in the Q&A. How many of you see patterns you've been going, oh my gosh, back again, back again. I've been settling again. Someone manipulated me. Someone embezzled money from me again. Oh my gosh, I failed at that again. You didn't fail. It's a pattern and you didn't want to look at it within yourself. You're attracting it, right? That you didn't want to see clearly and you finally do. And it shows up like, I don't know, a triggered outburst towards someone stirring up your old wounds, not their old wounds. They're just the messengers, right? A health flare up that makes you think, oh gosh, not again, right? A relationship that revealing its true colors and honesty ain't on the menu. All of it, patterns you are attracting. Now, here's the twist. Your soul always, your higher self in the quantum field, your soul always sees infinite possibilities to elevate. If you picked a map and you kept driving, here in Arizona, we have Highway 101, right? If you kept driving 101, always to get to the same city, to the same health, to the same wealth, to the same love, and you're getting the same crappy pattern because that's what it is, you know, you could take 1,500 different routes to get there instead. That's what this is asking you, right? Your soul sees so many possibilities to get you to where you're trying to get to, but you could still be logged into the old acceptance pattern and codes, which is Highway 101. Old patterns of self-sabotage. You're doing it to yourself. Once you flip on the lights, you can't unsee it anymore. The planets are forcing you to see, right? Forcing you to realize that's not for me anymore. Maybe you're a people pleaser. Maybe you're over accommodating people and you're starting to go, that's my pattern, right? I got to stop doing that. That's not for me anymore. And that's okay for others if that's what they want. It might still be right for them. That's what you call surrender. That's non-attachment. It's okay for them to be them, love them where they're at. I'm not okay with that for me. That's letting people live their truth while you live yours. Not truth, truth. Two worlds. Every soul comes with a mission, my friends. There's never been a chart that I've read, and I've read thousands, that all have nobody has the same mission. Even twins have different levels of development, of missions, of purpose, all of it. Confidence. So it's your job right now to remember yours, what you're good at, what you love doing. And if you want a shortcut, look at the first house in your birth chart. Go to your rising sign. That is the sign on your chart. I'll put up a little picture for you that I'll post, by the way, in the Facebook and the IDI club wall. Group community wall, and so you guys can go check these specifically or save it. But I just go look at your rising sign, whatever that rising, if you know what your rising sign is, that's the sign that's ruling your first house, that rules self-confidence, that rules self, the first, your birth, right? It reveals what confidence you came to overcome, to see how you show up in confidence or cowering. Are you paving a path? Think of the first room of your lighthouse, right? Think of a lighthouse and how the stairs go all the way up to the top, right? So if you think of the first room of your lighthouse and how the stairs move up the center of it, and they open up each door to each room, it starts with self-confidence. And then how are you going to proceed with that self-confidence into each category of your life, every room in your house? So if you're lacking self-confidence in that first house, if you're playing low image and low confidence and I just can't do it, then it's going to proceed as you walk with that low self-confidence into your money, into your communication, into your home and security, into your children, into your health, and all of it. Because you're not paying attention to you and how you're going to move forward. So that first house is often kind of like skipped over quite a bit, but it is the self confidence house. It's the confidence you got when you were born. You were born with that self-confidence energy. And so what's fascinating is if you look at your rising sign, it'll tell you how you walk into the world. Typically, your 12th house is the mom energy you came in with from mom. And so you're breaking that energy and you're pushing into this is the confidence I have to grow into. It's not that deep. It's really kind of basic. And maybe it is deep for a lot of you because you haven't realized you have to raise the comfort zone and confidence in that first house, in that rising sign. That's how you show up in the world. But it's simple if you ask yourself, this simple, you don't even have your chart. Ask yourself this question. Am I playing small in my confidence so I don't have to grow? What? Am I playing small in my confidence so I don't have to grow? Or am I projecting blame when my sonar internally is showing me my own confidence frequency coming back at me? And if people are confused or lazy because I'm over fixing and I'm over people pleasing or whatever it is, I'm over nurturing, that's on me. That's my own confidence. I don't want to grow. If you can love others in their mess, my friends, and a lot of you on this call are very good at loving others' messy drama, trauma shit and going, oh, I can save you, then you can love yourself and yours. It's time to redirect back into your soul, my friends. So if you stop predicting the future, please stop. I know that's what astrology's been known for, but this is why I teach lighthouse astrology, because I don't care about the future. If you don't know yourself now, your future's going to look like you look right now. So who am I right now? That's what I want you to ask. That's how you'll know your future. That's self-awareness. That's self-confidence in deciding who I want to be more confident as. So if your soul chose your mama to portal through, right? Here's the portal, and you came through her, and you downloaded her nervous system from the 12th house for this life, then guess what? She's your opportunity to elevate your confidence. You came to grow through that exact portal, and you got a map, an actual sign, an energy, a delivery of a message that said, grow confidence here. This is where you need to grow. And it may be a little wonky, but you're still going to push. So with all its wisdom and all its wounds, she is your starting point to solving your own puzzle. So are you going to evade or invest in the first house or just the rising sign of your chart? Are you using your self-confidence sign to evolve or make excuses? And a lot of people right now are making excuses because there's a lot of signs and a lot of planets putting pressure on you and you don't like it because we want to blame other people. Now, I'm not saying you're doing it forever, but I'm just giving you what you're watching other people do. And it's not I don't feel like, oh, like, can you believe it? I'm like, it sucks. That sucked is what I want to tell people. And I typically do. But do you see it enough to see what sucked was a pattern? And now we have to acknowledge that you haven't been taking care of you. And that's what this storm outside of us, this planetary storm is doing. Do you have storm-proof confidence? Are you still looking for approval before you believe in your own self? Do you look out to others and go, do you like me? We don't want them to like you. We need you to like you. This is your pattern of awakening. And yes, hear me loud and clear. It's uncomfortable. I go through it too. But it's also the only way for your full authenticity reveals itself. So let it. Any pressure appearing right now is for you to see yourself. And for you, if you do this and acknowledge just that simple one part of yourself, you will find the more confident you are on the inside, the less the outside will affect you. But the one thing I'm watching of all my clients and friends go through, this is the big thing. You don't have a plan. You don't have a plan for how you're going to override. okay, I'm kind of insecure in this topic, kind of insecure. What am I going to do? So I know that's my plan and I will not navigate, I will not negotiate so that I pick me. Because I know I'm walking into an arena or a department or a situation or an environment or a person that's going to pull me off my game and I just know it. And you're like, but you don't have a plan of how you're going to show up. That's your goal right now, my friends, okay? Okay. Well. Then we got the planetary update. I'm only going to touch on two because these two are kind of what's going to start pulling you in. This one right here, I didn't bring up last week because it was Mercury retrograde and it's still Mercury retrograde. I don't really have a big trip up with Mercury retrograde because it's not a big deal. It actually slows everybody down to finally see all this stuff they don't want to see. So I kind of find it as a blessing, even though we don't like it. Okay. What I do want to bring up is the transiting in the transits right now, wherever Virgo is in your own birth chart, okay? That house, whatever that house represents for you. It could be your career house, it could be your health house, it could be or your work and service, it could be your partnerships, wherever, okay? Mars is in Virgo and the South Node is in Virgo. Now, the North Node is all about where we have to push energy in to grow. Just think of the North Node as the leaves. Okay, we want to grow leaves, we want to make a big tree, we want to grow some peaches and bananas and get fruit. Okay, so that's what we're trying to do in Pisces right now is get more spiritually aligned, more intuitive aligned, more aligned with who we are. Okay, or how to tap into our quantum higher self. That's cool. But the South Node, everybody kind of neglects until Mars comes along and sits on top of it and says, oh, no, 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 no. Well, South Node in Virgo is causing pattern recognition so it can break it. So this Mars on South Node is sitting in Virgo. So you don't need to know the two, you just need to know they're in the Virgo house. And so this transit is kind of like the universe is handing you a highlighter. And it's saying, here, circle the old pattern you thought you healed, but secretly you shoved it in the drawer. Okay? Mars brings heat. Mars is assertion, aggression, drive. So it brings heat and urgency and irritation. And then the South Node is past. It brings karma, past lives, and unconscious habits. So in Virgo, it's all about control patterns, perfectionism, people pleasing, overworking. Virgo loves to be the workaholic, right? And obsessing, this is what's coming up for everybody, over the right way to do everything. Your way is the right way and their way is not, which is bullshit. You all know that, right? It's your inner critic on steroids. Okay? Why I wanted tonight's class to be on patterns because that's what is bringing it into all of you. So this is not a negative. It's kind of saying, guys, look at the pattern. You've been doing this for so long. Are you done yet? And Mars is like, oh, you're done. So you're not broken. You're being asked to see your systems, Virgo rule systems, that no longer serve your soul's upgrade. And it's going to be felt more deeply in the house that Virgo sits in your chart. Okay, so how can you do? Here's the tip on this Mars South Node conjunction. Remember, they're up here in the sky and they're kind of sitting on top of each other. They have been for a couple weeks and it's going to pass over, but it's going to take another couple of weeks. Okay, evaluate the why behind your habits or behind your patterns, like behind what your subconscious and your self-sabotaging behavior is, right? Like, am I doing this to stay safe, to look good, or avoid judgment? That's typically what's coming up in that category. Am I doing this to stay safe, look good, or avoid judgment? And so look in that category and then see, and then I want you to flip it and say, okay, in this category of my life, what would this look like if I trusted myself instead of trying to fix everything outside of me and let the pattern rise so you can retire it for good? Because Virgo also rules health, my friends. So it's bringing up all the old bullshit that you didn't take care of your health. And it could have been affected by a different category. Remember, it's up in your workhouse and you were such a workaholic, you never addressed your health. So it's saying, now we're going to take care of your body. You took care of all these things. Now it's the body. And you may have taken care of your body so well, but you neglected how you're showing up for work and you're a workaholic or you're people pleasing and you're not taking care of you. It's so many versions of those two things. Okay, so the patterns are coming from that, pushing you, forcing you. Okay. Then next week, I'm doing this about a week and a half early. You're going to start feeling this by Monday, Tuesday of next week. There is a full moon in Aquarius. There's that Aquarian theme again. Remember, full moons are closure. Okay. And this full moon in Aquarius is on August 9th. So I think it's next Friday or Saturday. Not this Sunday, not this weekend coming up through this week, the following week. So 2 weeks. Okay. But you're going to start feeling it because Aquarius is just it's forceful energy. And it's at approximately 17 degrees of Aquarius. So where if you know where Aquarius is, you know where you're going to have this full moon closure, putting through breakthroughs, awakenings. Why? Because this moon is all about closing old cycles. There's the pattern again. Releasing mental and emotional clutter and patterns. Aquarius is the ultimate rebel. Aquarius is it frees your authenticity by spotlighting outdated patterns. It's like, that's stupid. Let's just do this now. And they want to get on with it, especially around belonging. Where do you belong? Identity. Is that really who I am? No. Community. Where do I want to start hanging my shingle? Expect surprising revelations or sudden clarity out of the blue because Aquarius rules truth, knowledge, the higher realms, the quantum, the big picture. So it's about where you've compromised or played small in groups. Aquarius rules truth, independence, connection, and freedom to go be who you are supposed to be. Right? It's also going to activate your inner need for freedom, demanding that you embody the real you, right? Unapologetically. Consider the house that Aquarius is for all of you, where you might be closing doorways on who you're not meant to be and who you want to be, right? So create kind of an intentional release or start working into it going, okay, I'm going to work through this for the next week and a half. And I'm going to make an intentional release ritual. So find your Aquarius house, whether that's, in your sixth house of routine, your seventh house of partnerships. Mine's in the ninth house. So exploring new ways to activate beliefs. It's the belief house and exploring. Okay. So find the Aquarius house. Number two, write down what no longer serves you in that house. And then set it ablaze, literally and symbolically, like burn it. And then I want you to write, I release old patterns so I can step into my truth because Aquarius rules truth. Okay? Then close your eyes and visualize the doors in your lighthouse, elegantly shining light, making space for what is aligned for you. That's how the closure, letting it go, becomes lit up elevation. Okay, that's how it changes. So there's a lot going on, my friends, on top of Mercury retrograde, which is in Leo, which is also about shining. Leo's all about bright. It's the sun. It wants to lead. You're all being forced to let go of patterns, be authentic, and sometimes being authentic or choosing you or having a plan going, I know where I'm going and I don't want what they're going to tell me to want, but I'm going to tell them no and I'm going to pick me. That's what the plan has to step into because you know it's going to come or appear or show up in some event. And if you're prepared, you won't be moved. Your lighthouse will stay strong. Okay? So everybody here, tap into the thymus, nervous system, your immune center. Repeat after me. I am courage. I am love. I am truth. I know courage. I know love. I know truth. Tap in here. I am courage. I know courage. I know love. I know truth. Okay. So who can share on the Q&A? We're going to walk into Q&A here. Their old triggers appearing and can see it's been a life pattern and not just a momentary experience. Okay, I'm going to go back to a lot of Q&A questions in the chat here. So it looks like, let's see, my first house is in Cancer. Okay, so think of a Cancer rising, right? Their insecurity is feeling unsafe. Cancer is the crab, it's about home security foundation. So when you're living insecure in the first house of self-confidence, feeling unsafe, unseen, or emotionally abandoned. And so your confidence is boosted when you nurture yourself first. This is the best one to have, right? For this department. And your empathy leads the way. I empathize or I have compassion for you, but follow me, but I'm not going to lose myself in you. So that's a big deal. Let me go to the next one. Let's see. So Scorpio is ruling their first house. Okay, so Scorpio, what is a Scorpio rising? Think of Scorpio as the little scorpion. It's ruled by Pluto. Scorpio rising, their insecurity would come into this first house of fear of betrayal or being emotionally exposed, like, what if they see me? So the confidence that has to get boosted is own your depth, own how powerful you are. Your presence is the power, not having to prove it. That's a big deal for Scorpio rising people. Then I have a Leo rising. A Leo rising says, okay, they are the sun. So if they're not shining, the insecurity can come of self-rejection or self-confidence out of fear of rejection or not being good enough to shine. And so your confidence comes by being seen anyway, owning your space. Your light inspires others, but you won't push forward and go, I'm going to shine and do what I want to do. It's a big deal to have that Leo rising. Okay. Now, when someone says, wow, I'm divorcing an Aquarius in my seventh house, so that full moon fits my chart. Well, there you go. You were set up to open it up. All right, let's see. Aquarius is in my eighth house, so you're going to have a lot of closure with emotions and saying, I need to be honest about how I really feel about myself and with others. It's a big deal for change for you. Oh, the person with the Scorpio rising, abandonment has been my pattern and I just accepted it. Yeah, we're not going to do that no more. We're done with that, right? All right, someone says, so if I look at my history, I can say, yes, I've been avoiding speaking my needs to others, fear of rejection, out of fear of rejection. So this is happening, this is appearing for a lot of people, by the way. And it's not to hurt you, but to see if you'll step in and choose things for you for a change. That rejection will stop when you stop rejecting yourself, right? Big and small. Like I said, I personally had this lifetime of teeth patterns and health issues, big teeth stuff. And so then this will make you guys laugh. Last week, I had a cleaning, a simple cleaning, right? But everything dental related just gives me panic anxiety. And they said, oh, we have so much that we have to do to you because you haven't been here in a while. But in my mind, I had a plan. This is how small I want you guys to make this. I expected what they were going to overload me with. Oh, we got to do this test and that test, right? So I expected it. So I made a plan for what I was willing to do, and the rest they would have to put aside for a time when needed or when I said okay. Right? So this is a good example of rejection. They're going to tell me I'm bad. I don't know what I'm doing. So then I researched how to reduce, any acidity in my teeth and my gums daily and remineralizing my teeth to grow them back stronger. So it gave me confidence. This is against everything that they wanted, but it didn't matter. Clean my teeth and be done. And that's what I got. Did it give me anxiety saying it because I'm not a fan of conflict or this person rejection? Yes, but I had to be confident in my choice for me, and I didn't want all that. All that they've been doing all that time is what got me in the problem in the first place. They did give me raised eyebrows, don't get me wrong, right? But I was okay with it because I felt stronger with my power to choose my needs. And I felt good about it. So just that mindset alone will keep my teeth strong. Because I wasn't being told, oh no, this could problem, that's a problem. They serve you with problems. I don't want those. So it can be from teeth to this person relationship, right? Speaking my needs and fear of rejection. It goes along it doesn't matter, my friends. You've got to have a plan so that you stay confident for what is right for you and no one else. But they don't know. You're going to have to tell them. So you better have that plan prepared before you walk into other people's worlds and environments, okay? All right. So what does a first house show for low self-confidence? Okay, guys, you know what? I have a little thing here. I'll pop it up for a minute and you guys can look at it if you know your rising sign. So, I mean, think of it, what everybody was asking here earlier. They were telling me what their rising sign is, and your rising sign is what influences your first house, rules your first house. So, if you have a Cancer ruling your first house, okay, you feel the need to nurture others first so you feel confident. And it's likely how your mother taught you. Mother others first, right? So the confidence comes from self-nurturing yourself first, and others will feel you and follow you. That's the difference. You've got to go into each sign and ask, what is the weakest aspect that I fall into of self-sacrificing myself in my first house or my rising sign? So let me see. Let me share this real quick with all of you. Let me share my screen. Let me see if you guys can see this. And if it pops up, you'll be able to see. I will post this for all of you, FYI. I broke it down for everybody. This is for one of my other classes, but this is a your lighthouse. You see the lighthouse at the top. You got 12 rooms, but the first room is the first 9 degrees rising sign that rules your first house. So the rising always dictates your first house. Okay, it's the ruler. And this is your self-confidence room of your birth chart, the self-confidence room. So whatever you have as your rising sign, go find that rising sign. This is perfect for me, Gemini rising, feeling unheard, ignored, or mentally stuck. Yeah, I will beat myself up when I can't get to something I'm truly trying to figure out. And I literally have to walk away and then go back to it. Or if I feel like I'm speaking my truth and I'm not being heard, that's really hard. It really, it takes me down easy, being ignored or being, I don't know, pushed to the side. But my confidence is speaking my truth. Well, this is why I was sharing with you guys earlier, right? That's where a lot of my health stuff came from because I didn't speak what I wanted. I write well. I connect with all of you because I love you all so well, but my voice is my magic. And if I write, it does me good, but I then forget and then I get all tripped up, right? But I had to grow this confidence of knowing this about myself. Speaking always came natural, but the writing did not. Connecting with other people was just natural, but the writing and getting it out did not. So look at this and go, you're right. If I could grow this a little bit, you start to see, oh, you're right. I do go there quite a bit when it comes. Someone was saying fear of betrayal, fear of being abandoned. This was the Scorpio rising person being emotionally exposed, like, oh my God, what will they think of me? So FYI, I'm going to bring it, stop the share. I will bring that and post it into the Facebook as well as the I Deserve It community wall. Okay. So someone's sharing here. I hear you about feeling small and how it allows you to stay in low vibration as well as not having to look at myself. But what happens with me when I feel strong? I look in the mirror and I'm reminded that I've lost some eyebrow hair or my confidence goes to feeling small. It makes my heart upset. It makes me crazy. I also then broke out and then um, myself says, you can't have what you want. So the idea of having a new man in my life, I chalk it off for the day. Okay. So this is my point, my friends. This person has a Sagittarius rising. Okay, so let's acknowledge that. Feeling boxed in or misunderstood. So you're the one who has to step in and go, you know what? I have to expand my vision, my truth. I have to speak truth to myself, and it doesn't come out to others if you can't be truthful with yourself. Okay? So this is a big deal. You're all starting to realize that. You're right. When I stand in the mirror, that's hard for me. Why? Because we're playing the low confidence frequency of that sign. Each of you can look at it and go, yep, yep, I'm doing that. I do it a lot too. So when you look in there and you say, oh, I'm not big, you have to say, no, this isn't it. I'm going to go big. I'm going to heal these things. I know they're healable. I know it's fixable. What I told you is if one person has fixed it, you can too. You have to have that confidence to know it's non-negotiable. Someone says, I'm tired and not in the mood for my Leo rising. So Leo risings, Leo typically is afraid to be embarrassed. And I'm telling you, don't be afraid to be embarrassed. Leo energy is all their biggest fear is being embarrassed. And so I'm saying go shine brighter. Go tell people it doesn't scare you. Go be a lion, a lioness, and scream to the heavens, this is who I am, and I am not backing down from anyone anymore. That's what you're here to do. Okay? Does that make sense? So a lot of you are starting to understand here what I'm trying to get at is that this self-confidence is simply that. It's so easy to acknowledge and just go to your first house and go, yeah, I definitely hide from myself in that area. Yet it's what frees you to break through all this stupid minutia BS of planets that are triggering all of us. My friends, I know it feels heavy right now, but what's happening is it's breaking your patterns for a reason. As much as the external world looks messy, we're going to so much better of a place. Planetarily, I can prove it to you. But you won't go there if you're not ready yourself to acknowledge you can have anything you want. And you are all badasses on this call. You just got to find that. You got to see it and realize, oh, it's me, not acknowledging me. Oh, Dawn, you can speak and connect, but it's time to write, girlfriend. Oh, no. That's why I have an editor to help me do it so I feel more confident. And she's made me more confident. She's grown my soul in that department. That's the whole point. You're still going to have people help you and get you to the next level. It doesn't mean you have to do it all on your own, but you still have to take a step. You have to make a plan. Okay? You guys have this. I promise. You're all stronger than you think. You have the health, you have the wealth, you have the love. It's right in front of you. And it can be so quick, instantaneous healing of any one of those or all of the above. That quick. All you have to do is expect it. Okay? All right. Remember, I will post that pic on the Truth Tribe and the I Deserve It community so that you all can find it, or share this with others so that if they're getting confused and going, what's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with them. Nothing's wrong with you, right? And remember to like, share, and subscribe and share it with other people so that we can start helping people realize that we're going to better places and it's just owning you. Okay? If you need a copy of your birth chart or want to understand these planets better, again, if you want to see your self-awareness and you're ready to have the blueprint, right, go get the VIP, my I Deserve It membership. You get everything from the basics of reading your chart to really deep diving. And then you have access to being able to drive into the Soul Masters in the fall. Okay. So ideserveitnow.com. Just hop onto my website. You'll see it there. Remember, if you're listening to this after the live session in YouTube or Spotify, the links as well are always in the notes below. As always, you guys, if you have questions on anything, please, you are not alone. I am here. I love you. Find me if you have any questions. You guys, thanks for joining me tonight. I love you. Have a wonderful evening, wonderful week. Brightest blessings. Take care.